All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have BKO right here with us, and also Adeni Tayo making his debut on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, moving straight to our next conversation. Access without quality can only lead to negative outcome. To drive a significant shift in Nigeria's higher education policy, the federal government has placed a 6-year moratorium on establishment of new tertiary institutions across the country. The decision, approved at the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu, covers public and private polytechnics and colleges of education after similar directive on universities. Announcing the policy, the Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, said the focus has shifted from expanding access to improving quality and ensuring that existing institutions remain financially viable. I mean, BKO, this is coming after a similar decision on universities. Do you consider this decision a hit or a miss?
Of course it's a hit. ASU had long demanded that something be done about the proliferation of universities. It was part of the demands they made back then, as early as 2009. So it's not even a new thing. But rather than do something about the proliferation of universities, politicians continue to see establishment of universities as dividend of democracy. And that's why we were in that situation whereby, in some cases, staff were more than
the students.
Okay. in some federal universities.
Yes.
What kind of role reversal is that? That the staff will be more than the students, because some of those schools are not attractive to students. They don't want to go there. They don't want to go there. But you set them up, you've allocated money to those schools, to run those schools. So we can't continue like that. When this government took that decision back then, I was happy. But I remember that a lot of people said, no, it shouldn't be federal universities alone. It should be public universities alone, that even private universities. We now have a deluge of private universities. And nobody cares about standard, the quality of instruction in those schools. We just give them licenses. Who are those people issuing licenses for all kinds of universities, all kinds of tertiary institutions? So many. States now see setting up universities as a means to make money. I was speaking with someone, if I say something now, the person will know I'm referring to him, who was saying, do you know that is a source of IGR for us? That tremendous IGR coming from setting up state universities. It shouldn't be the case. We have far more universities than we need. We should be focusing on improving the quality of those universities. Let them have the right infrastructure. Look at the first generation universities that we have in our country. If you go to some of them, you go to their hostels, you weep. You can't believe it. Because we are not funding them sufficiently. Rather than do that, we are going to open new ones. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So this decision is good. I just hope that they will be able to implement it fully. And there will be no partiality whereby you said you've taken this decision. We will now see some schools still mushrooming somewhere. We shouldn't have that. Let's focus on
the ones we
it's
have.
a 6-year moratorium. During those 6 years, let's make do with what we have. Let's improve those ones that we have. And as the minister said, let's see how those ones, how the people set up those ones, especially private universities, can get ROI on them. Because to get to a point that even those there will be bad investments because
won't be viable again.
Because we have so many. So I think it's a good decision, and hopefully we will be able to implement it.
Absolutely. Nigeria got to this position, despite all of the regulations. What assurance do you have that this moratorium will yield the desired result?
Yeah, it's not just for them to say suspend opening new university for the next 6 years. Okay. I think they should be given a tax, apart from those who have established it, to say, let's give them time for them to get a return on investment, whatever it is. I think another thing that we are not looking at is they can even advise. You are doing well when it comes to engineering. Okay. You are more focused when it comes to social sciences. Why can't you come together? We remember about 20 years ago, let me cite a case, UBA and Standard Trust Bank then, when Soludo,
when they couldn't meet the capital.
So you talk to one another, you are good in this, let's retain the name UBA, why we reduce my logo? And all that thing will be work out. So that thing they should look
Will that not create another kind of problem?
No, it's not another kind of problem, because these people, some politicians, so to say, they want to have that, I have a private university. I cited private university in my hometown. It's not about the name. It's about the quality we want to shine out. And education is very key. I was in Finland 2 years ago, and Finland was voted as the best country in the world back-to-back for 5 years. And I asked, what is the criteria? And one of the things is the education. The education in Finland is like oil and gas. That people, for you to even take on kindergarten, you must have master. You must have like 2-3 degree. It's not just something that school certificate or school cert or what they call it.
Or you didn't get a job.
No. It's a deal there for you to be a teacher. It's a deal there for you to be a lecturer. So that is what we are talking about. No wonder this year they are voted as the best country in the world for a family to live. So if we want to make a great nation, as we are planning to, education is very key. And if you are not doing it right, right now, that's why I support the partial suspension that were placed, that there's not enough, we have enough university. You will remember, even part of the report, it's out of 2.3 million that wrote JAM. This school, about 228 university or tertiary institutions, were able to take less than 50 candidates. So you can see that we are not
interested.
Exactly.
So if you are good in this area, collaborate with somebody that is good in that area and
work
come
together.
up and work together. So you just have one good product.
Have done.
Yes.
A lot of the great universities in Africa, Makerere, Legon, all of them, they are still there.
Yeah.
They are doing very well, welcoming international students and all that. How many of our own universities are welcoming international students?
Another
that
thing
talks
is
about the
exchange
standard.
program.
Yes,
Exchange
but it was
quality.
not like that before.
Exactly.
Even when we were in the university, some of our teachers were white people. Yes, they were happy to work here. But things have changed.
I think you were part of those who ate the chicken, full chicken.
No,
you didn't know that.
I want to just put a stop to that. Before,
Okay, very good.
You'll be complaining that I don't like the man. I denied me the chicken that I should have eaten.
Absolutely. All right, gentlemen, straight to our final conversation.